This week I made a video about the devil energy, and so this is gonna be a reading about any attachment, any pattern, any loop you are in that is toxic or unhealthy and you keep choosing anyway. I hope it's gonna help you to unstuck yourself from this loop, to really release the chain that sometimes the devil energy puts on you. And I'm gonna use these two oracle decks, the Wild Unknown and the Light Seers Tarot. Which one I'm gonna use as a foundation? I think the Light Seers Tarot. I'm gonna use the Light Seers. So the first one, the first card, is gonna be a card that tells what is the habit, the collective I'm reading for, which is the habit or the pattern that is toxic and you keep choosing anyway. So let's see what is we have the Empress. Okay, which is a beautiful card, but we have to read the Empress in the shadow. And I can see already that it's like a kind of overgiving, not containing your energy and draining yourself. But maybe there is more, right? So let's keep going. Subconscious, so why you keep repeating this pattern? Why you keep repeating this pattern? The Three of Pentacles. And sometimes when we repeat patterns, it's because we want to avoid something, right? We want to avoid something. What is that you want to avoid? The Knight of Swords. And then the last two, how is your behavior, like rejecting your shadow instead of acknowledging it, right? Hiding that part of you that you are fearful of, or whatever it is, the reason we're gonna see, how this affect the people around you, the external world. King of Cups. And how to free yourself. Actually, I want to do one more, how it affects you. How it affects you. The Four of Swords. Okay. And then the last one, the advice. How can you free yourself from this, from being in this loop, from being chained to this bad habit or toxic habit. Okay, the Two of Pentacles. Okay, let's see. Let's start. I'm gonna pull a clarifier for the Empress just to understand the direction, because I receive so many energies and I need to understand very carefully which direction I want to take for a collective tarot reading. Again, with the private one is completely different because it's one-on-one and the energy is that one, right? But collective, it's different. So the Empress energy, why it's there? The Four of Wands. Okay. This is so clear that your habit is to show people that you always are fine, that you're okay, that you're happy, that you can, you are open to them, you can connect with them at any time, you're available for them, you nurture them, you are generous toward them, but in doing that, you are draining yourself, because this is a mask that you put on, not because you are not generous, like the Empress, you don't feel abundant, or you're not abundant of good feelings and good emotions, and good actions and words, not because of that, but you put on the mask because you do more than you can do. You overgive to people because I can tell you, because the cards are telling me, but you're keeping repeating this pattern with the Three of Pentacles because you are afraid to be left apart. You are afraid that people don't want to collaborate with you anymore, people don't want to hang with you anymore, people don't want to, you're afraid that people see you as someone who is not collaborative, right? And so you always give, you always say yes, I can, and you're training yourself because you don't want that people think that you are not collaborative, or you don't want people to stop, collaborate with you, something like that. What are you trying to avoid? The Knight of Swords. Of course, you're running from something, right? So your avoidance is running from something that is very, very, very scary for you. You're also running towards something. Let's see what's here. And you do this, the Knight of Swords can be really unconscious, and you don't decide consciously, oh, I want to drain myself and I'm gonna overgive to people. It's not that you wake up the morning and you say that, but then it comes spontaneous, because when someone asks you a favor, when someone needs something from you, you cannot say no, and you don't wake up in the morning and say, okay, I have to drain myself today. You don't do that, but it happens because the Knight of Swords sometimes doesn't think, it just acts. Like right away, you see the fear of being left apart, or being seen as a non-collaborative, not amicable person, not friendly person. And so you start, you make this unconscious choice to say yes, even if you should say no, to be available even if you need to rest or to recharge yourself. So the Knight of Swords, why is there? The Fool. The Fool, it is similar, like the Fool, it's an energy that I'm gonna read the shadow, right, of these cards. The Fool is an energy that jump into something without thinking twice, and sometimes it's cool, but in your case it's not, because you do that because you're running from the fear of being left alone, or being left outside that circle of friends or circle of people, or people think things of you that are not true. Do you really think that the moment you ask for what you need, that you set your boundaries, the right people are not going to push you away or judge you at all? The right people are gonna stay in your life, right? So how is this rejection affecting other? Rejection, how this aspect of yourself is affecting other? King of Cups. King of Cups is very in touch with its emotions, but it doesn't know how to express the emotion. So why is here? The first feeling I had is that sometimes the way this affect others, that people see you as always available, because the King of Cups is emotional available, always available, but a moment. Daughter of Cups. But also a little bit, people can see that you don't have boundaries, People see, okay, this person is available for us, she doesn't have a lot of boundaries. No, it's very clear for people. People know this about you. People know that you cannot say yes. And some people maybe take advantage of you, or some people would like to tell you, listen, you are drained, you need to recharge, take care of yourself, go to get a massage. We can deal with this without you, but not because we don't need you, but because you are tired, or maybe you have to go home to take care of your kids, or maybe you have to go to the doctor appointment, this kind of stuff, right? The right people will understand that, and they know, the people around you, they know that you don't have very high boundaries, and you are emotionally available, you tuned with them. You don't do that because you are honest. You really want to help people. They don't think that people don't think that you are dishonest in giving too much. People know that you want to help them, but also they understand that you have probably to create, the people that love you, they understand that you need to create more boundaries. This is so beautiful. Okay, then how these affect yourself? Amazing, right? Four of Swords, it's resting. If I see the shadow, I see restlessness. You are tired. You are exhausted. I'm talking with someone who says always yes, with someone, with a collective that doesn't know how to say no, doesn't know how to set boundaries for themselves, healthy boundaries where you can take care of yourself, take your time to rest, and you're not doing that and you are exhausted. See, Eight of Pentacles. Work, always working for others, always being available for others. Can we clarify the Four of Swords? I'm not using the microphone because I forgot to use the microphone. I hope it works well, the sound, because this reading, I don't want to give up this reading. I love it. See? Eight of Swords. So your attitude is keeping you exhausted and also trapped in your mind with that fear that if you take a space, if you create space for your needs, if you create boundaries for to recharge yourself, you will not be loved anymore, you will not be in the group anymore, they're gonna exclude you, etc., etc. The fear of missing out, for some reason, this came in my mind now. Okay, it's amazing. Okay, how to free yourself? It's the Two of Pentacles. This reading is flowing so well. The Two of Pentacles is juggling more things at the same time. So, and this Two of Pentacles is asking you, stop juggling more things at the same time. Sometimes we can do that, yes, but I'm speaking with a collective who does that all the times, who doesn't stop to juggling their needs, the family needs, work needs, kids needs, like stranger needs, like even people that you don't really know. You're that generous, right? That generosity then becomes also, the devil energy. That generosity becomes also a little bit unhealthy and toxic. Not because you're bad, but because it can. The Chariot. Yes, the Chariot moves forward with direction and with conviction. So find something that right now you really need. Something self-care, something for you, for your well-being, right? Find something that you really need, and when you decide, I'm gonna take a spa day, I'm gonna go to get a massage, I'm gonna just go in my bedroom, close the door and rest, or read a book, whatever, do that. Don't let anyone stop you from doing that, because that's taking care of ourselves is such an important thing. We don't understand that it's so important to self-care is so important, because when we charge ourselves, we can better give to other people. We don't give to other people from a place of lack, of exhaustion, but we give to other people from a place of fullness, and the other people will feel that, because now the people you're giving to, they know that you are not very good at creating boundaries, and you should create more healthy boundaries for yourself. I love that. So my advice is, decide in a week moments of self-care and stick with that. If someone asks you something, I say, no, I have to go to the massage, I have to go to a doctor appointment. I'm busy because I am busy, because I'm in my bedroom or my backyard on a chair reading a book. That's being busy too, right? Great, I love that. Okay. I'm gonna use to clarify the reading for a final message, the archetype. This reading flew so well. Really, the collective really needed it, you know? The collective I'm reading for. Let's do the, let me center. Okay. I need one more advice. The threshold, and I feel the call to pull another one. What do we need to know about this reading? What do we need to know about this reading? Okay. We got threshold and the shaman. Threshold is, I'm gonna read a little bit, but threshold is about to be you being on a threshold, because I think you are really at the edge of like a nervous breakdown or exhaustion, like, yeah. And then the shaman is about healing. That's the self-care I was talking about. But let's go deeper into the readings, into these oracle cards, and let's see if I have more help for you here. 45, Excel 5. Okay, threshold, the door, the gate, the initiation. We cross thresholds continually, consciously and unconsciously. Doorways, gates, and entryways grace our path on a daily basis. When this card arises, it signifies that the precipice you stand upon is not your typical one, however. You have arrived at the threshold of initiation here to usher you into a new reality, and in this reality you're taking care of yourself. You understand that you are the priority, and not because you're selfish, but because you know that when you take care of yourself, you can better give to other people. It requires you to leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed, yes, and you frontier calls. This is not easy work, no. You know, releasing a pattern we used to cope with our fears, our uncertainty, our anxiety, or whatever, it requires a lot of patience, time, and consistency with the changing behaviors. Threshold initiation means a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. A metaphorical death must occur. Some may not recognize you. Yes, when you're gonna change your way of being, you're gonna be less available. People are gonna say, who is this person? And in the beginning, maybe you were gonna lose someone because people that didn't love you, they were just using you. They will not be able to accept who you are. But people who truly love you, the people who were afraid that you were not creating healthy boundaries, they're gonna stay and they're gonna be so proud of you. That's so beautiful. Okay, I think this is enough for that one. If you have the archetype, you can read more, but I think I had enough. And then the shaman. The shaman is 16. Okay. The shaman, the medicine woman. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed toward the healing of the self. Yes. The other and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic vision and old magic to leak into this world. And I think this is a confirmation that this reading, my reading the energy today, this was the right place for you to be. This reading was for you. If you are here listening to this, it means that this was a message for you. This was like for you to start your healing journey. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet where there is power, there is a shadow. So the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. And then we are talking about the shadow, the devil, the darkness in us. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. Yes, don't be afraid that in working with this shadow aspect of yourself, you're gonna be alone, because you know, if you're gonna be alone, you're gonna make space for people who accept a woman or a man who knows how to take care of themselves, who can set healthy boundaries, and you people will arrive for you. But I think for a lot of you, you have people who love you so much, and maybe they told you several times that you needed to take care of yourself better and set healthy boundaries with people who were like a little bit taking advantage of you, or even not taking advantage of you, just like using you a lot because you were so available. You were, I'm saying you were because it's the past. You're already moving forward. Remember, you are already moving forward toward a new self, toward a new you who knows what self-care and creating healthy boundaries is. So yes, if you resonate with this reading, you can share in comments, you know, what is, you know, something about you. You can also share in the comments another shadow aspect of you, if this wasn't your shadow aspect, but there is something else that you notice in yourself and you want to heal. And you can book a tarot reading with me if you want. You can find the link on the description. But also a way to support me really is just liking and commenting and subscribing, and that's it. Thank you so much. Bye.